The champagne fizzes in my glass, tiny bubbles racing to burst at the surface, just like the excitement I can barely contain. After 6 years of grinding, of being the first one in and last one out, of sacrificing weekends and relationships and sleep, I finally did it. Senior Marketing Director. To Angela, the crystal glasses clink as my colleagues raise a toast. Reagan, my boss, gives me that rare, genuine smile I've seen maybe 3 times in all my years here. Well-deserved, truly. I scan the faces around the conference room table, soaking in their congratulations. This moment feels surreal, like I might wake up tomorrow and find it was all a dream. But the weight of the promotion letter in my blazer pocket is real. The salary bump that will finally let me stop living paycheck to paycheck is real. My phone buzzes. Maurice, my baby brother, probably calling to congratulate me. He's the only family member I told about the promotion before it was official. I let it go to voicemail. I'll call him back later when I can properly celebrate with him. Speech, Allison calls out, raising her glass again. My best friend since college. She's been my rock through every up and down of this journey. I stand, smoothing my skirt. Thank you all, really. This means... The conference room door bursts open. Maurice strides in, beaming, with his girlfriend Sarah on his arm. What the hell? Sorry to crash the party, sis. He wraps me in a bear hug that smells of his signature cologne. But I couldn't wait to share our news. Sarah and I are engaged. The room erupts in fresh cheers. Sarah holds up her left hand, showing off a massive diamond that catches the afternoon light. My stomach drops as I recognize the distinctive setting. That's Grandma's ring, I managed to say. The ring I'd been saving for years to have reset. The one I kept in my safe deposit box. The one only Maurice knew about. I know, isn't it perfect? Maurice grins. When you showed it to me last month, I knew it was meant for Sarah. And thanks for covering the resort deposit too, sis. We're thinking a destination wedding in Maui. The room spins slightly. Resort deposit. What resort deposit? We've already started the planning, Sarah gushes, pulling out her phone to show photos. The Four Seasons has this amazing package. My colleagues crowd around them, oohing and eyeing. I stand frozen, champagne forgotten in my hand. As the pieces click into place, the mysterious charges on my credit card last week that the bank flagged as potential fraud, the way Maurice insisted on helping me organize my paperwork when he visited, the safe deposit box key that went mysteriously missing, then reappeared. Angela, Allison touches my arm, concern in her eyes. You okay? You look pale. I force a smile that feels like broken glass. Just surprised, I manage. My voice sounds distant, like it belongs to someone else. Excuse me for a minute. I walk, don't run, maintain dignity, to the bathroom down the hall, lock myself in a stall, pull out my phone with trembling fingers, and open my banking app. The numbers swim before my eyes. Multiple transfers to accounts I don't recognize. Charges at jewelry stores, travel agencies, wedding planners, all told, nearly $50,000, my entire savings, everything I'd put aside for my own future, gone. A text from Maurice pops up. Thanks for everything, sis. You're the best. Can't wait to celebrate more tonight. The phone slips from my numb fingers, clattering on the tile floor. I press my forehead against the cool metal stall door, trying to steady my breathing. But there's a scream building in my chest, clawing its way up my throat. All those years of looking out for him, protecting him, making excuses for him. All those times I covered his rent, paid off his credit cards, cleaned up his messes. He's family, I always said. That's what sisters do. But this calculated betrayal, this theft of not just my money but my trust, my dreams, my future. My hands curl into fists. The scream transforms into something darker, colder, more dangerous. No more making excuses. No more being the responsible one, the understanding one, the one who sacrifices everything for family. Maurice thinks he can take advantage of me one last time. He's about to learn exactly how wrong he is. I straighten up, check my makeup in the mirror, fix my lipstick, smooth my hair, time to go back to my promotion party, and smile. But behind that smile, I'm already planning. Because this isn't over, not by a long shot. My little brother is about to discover that some debts can't be paid with stolen money, and I intend to collect, with interest. I'm sitting cross-legged on Allison's couch, surrounded by the wreckage of my life, spread across her coffee table, bank statements, credit card bills, the empty box from my safe deposit vault. My third glass of wine sits untouched, the anger burning in my chest, stronger than any alcohol. I still can't believe he did this. Allison paces, her own fury visible in every step. Your own brother, the same kid who used to follow you around like a puppy. The memory hits like a punch to the gut. 8-year-old Maurice, gap-toothed and earnest, trailing after me with his superhero backpack. My sister's the smartest person in the whole world. He'd tell anyone who'd listen. That kid's long gone. I pick up another statement, the numbers blurring. Replaced by someone who had no problem stealing our grandmother's ring and emptying my accounts while I was working 60-hour weeks to get promoted. My phone lights up again, the 20th call from Maurice since I left the party. I silence it without looking. Have you told your mom yet? God, no. I laugh, but it comes out bitter. You know what she'll say. He's your little brother, Angela. Family has to stick together. Even after he stole 50 grand. $57,412. The exact amount burns in my brain. Plus the ring, which was worth at least $15,000 after I had it appraised last year. Allison sits beside me, her expression serious. You have to go to the police. I can't. The words taste like ash. He used my passwords, my accounts. The ring was in my name. Legally, I'd have to prove I didn't give him permission. It would be my word against his. And let me guess, he's already spinning some story about how you promised to help with the wedding. I pull up Maurice's latest text. Sis, why aren't you answering? I thought you were excited about the wedding. Sarah's already telling everyone how generous you are, helping with everything. You're the best big sister ever. Classic Maurice. My voice hardens. He's always known exactly how to play me. Poor little brother needs his big sister's help, and I always fell for it. Allison takes my phone, scrolling through the messages. Her eyes widen. Holy shit, Angela, look at this. She hands me back the phone. There's a social media post from Sarah showing off the ring. The caption makes my blood run cold. So blessed. Thanks to my amazing future sister-in-law for making our dreams come true. Can't wait for the wedding of the century. The wedding of the century. My laugh comes out more like a snarl. With my money, there's more. Allison points to the comments. Look what Maurice wrote. My eyes scan down. Can't wait to give my big sis the honor of paying for her little brother's perfect day. She's always believed in making my dreams come true. The wine glass shatters in my grip. Red liquid spreads across the coffee table like blood, staining the bank statements. I barely notice the glass cutting into my palm. Angela, Allison grabs a towel, wrapping my hand. You're bleeding, but I'm beyond feeling the pain. Something inside me has shifted, hardened. All these years, I thought I was helping Maurice grow up, become responsible. Instead, I was teaching him that he could take whatever he wanted from me without consequences. No more. I stand up, ignoring the blood seeping through the towel. He wants to play happy families on social media. Fine. But I'm done being the responsible big sister who cleans up his messes. What are you going to do? I pick up my phone, scrolling through my contacts until I find one I haven't used in years. Gage Watts, the ruthless corporate investigator who helped take down our biggest competitor last year. The one person I know who's better at digging up dirt than Maurice is at creating messes. First, I'm going to find out exactly where my money went. Then, I'm going to figure out what else my dear brother's been hiding. My fingers hover over the call button. And then, I'm going to make sure his wedding of the century becomes an event he'll never forget. Angela. Allison's voice holds a warning. Don't do anything you can't take back. I hit call, watching the blood soak through the towel. Maurice already crossed that line when he stole my future. Now it's my turn to return the favor. The phone rings. Once, twice. On the third ring, Gage picks up. "I need your help," I say, my voice steady, despite the rage coursing through me. "And I'm willing to pay whatever it takes." My reflection stares back at me in the elevator's mirrored walls, all crisp blazer and perfect makeup. A costume, really. Inside, I'm trembling. Gage's office is exactly what you'd expect from someone who makes their living digging up secrets. Minimalist, sterile, with blinds drawn against the morning sun. He hasn't changed much since our last collaboration. Still razor sharp in a charcoal suit, watching me with those unnerving pale eyes. "Quite a situation," he says, reviewing the documents I've brought. "Your brother's been busy. Just tell me what you found." My voice sounds stronger than I feel. He slides a folder across his desk. "Maurice has been planning this for months. The ring was just the beginning." My hands shake as I open it. Bank statements, credit card receipts, loan applications, all in my name. My stomach lurches as I see the amounts. These can't be right. "Oh, they're right." Gage leans forward. "Your brother didn't just take what was in your accounts. He's opened credit lines, taken out personal loans, all using your information." The room spins slightly. "How much?" "Total debt, just over 200,000. I grip the edge of his desk, knuckles white. "That's impossible. The bank would have notified me." "Not when all the correspondence was being redirected to a P.O. box he set up." Gage pulls out another document. "He had access to everything. Your email, your passwords, even your work accounts." My blood runs cold. "My work accounts. You might want to check if any sensitive company information has been compromised." I'm already pulling out my phone, logging into my work email. Please no, please no. There it is. Dozens of confidential files, accessed and forwarded to an external address. Marketing strategies, client lists, campaign budgets. Everything I've worked for years to build. "He's selling information to our competitors," I whisper. "If anyone at work finds out, you'll lose more than just your promotion." Gage's voice is matter of fact. "This could end your career." The reality of it hits me like a physical blow. Maurice hasn't just stolen my money. He's put everything I've worked for at risk. My job, my reputation, my future. My phone buzzes. A text from my mother. "Please call your brother. He's worried about you. Whatever happened, we're family. We can work it out." A harsh laugh escapes me. "Family, right. There's more." Gage hands me another paper. "Your brother's fiancée. She's been engaged 3 times in the past 5 years. Each time the wedding was called off after large sums of money changed hands. A con artist, of course. And Maurice has been working with her for months. They target successful women, usually family members, build trust, then strike." He pauses. "You're not their first victim." The fluorescent lights suddenly seem too bright, the air too thin. I stand up, needing to move, to breathe. "Angela." Gage's voice stops me. "What do you want to do about this?" What do I want to do? I want to scream. I want to cry. I want to go back in time and never trust Maurice with a single detail of my life. But mostly, I want him to feel what I'm feeling right now. "Can you get me proof? Something concrete?" He nods. "Give me 48 hours. I turn to leave, then pause. "Gage, whatever you find, make it hurt." Back in my office, I sit at my desk, staring at my computer screen without seeing it. A knock at the door makes me jump. "Hey." It's Yasmin, my workplace rival turned unexpected ally. "You okay? You seem off today." I start to give my usual, "I'm fine" response, but something stops me. Maybe it's the genuine concern in her voice. Or maybe I'm just tired of pretending. "No," I admit. "I'm really not." She closes the door, sits down. "Want to talk about it?" I open my mouth to respond when my email pings. A new message from an anonymous address. The subject line makes my heart stop. "Found something you need to see. Your brother's been very naughty." Attached is a video file. With trembling fingers, I press play. Maurice's face fills the screen. He's talking to Sarah, neither aware they're being recorded. Their words cut through me like knives. Stupid big sister, always trying to save me. She made it so easy. Just a few more weeks, baby, then we'll have everything. Who cares about her career? By the time she figures it out, I close the laptop, feeling ice spread through my veins. Yasmin touches my arm, concerned, but I barely notice, because now I know this isn't just about money anymore. This is war, and I'm done playing by the rules. Sunday brunch at my mother's house has always been sacred territory. Today, it feels like walking into a minefield. Maurice and Sarah are already there when I arrive, playing the happy couple. My stomach turns at their performance. Angela, my mother, pulls me into a hug that smells of her signature perfume and fresh-baked cinnamon rolls. Finally, we're all together. Maurice rises from the couch, arms open for a hug. I step back, watching hurt flash across his face. Good, let him feel a fraction of what I'm feeling. Sweetie, my mother says, her voice taking on that familiar mediator tone. Can we please talk about what's bothering you? Maurice says there's been a misunderstanding about the wedding expenses. A misunderstanding? The words taste bitter. Is that what we're calling theft now? Sarah gasps dramatically. Angela, how could you say that after you promised to help us have our dream wedding? I look at her, really look at her. The perfect manicure, the designer bag that probably cost someone else's life savings. 3 previous engagements, Gage had said. How many other families had she destroyed? Mom, I keep my voice steady. Did Maurice tell you exactly how much of my money he took? Now, Angela, Maurice steps forward, all wounded innocence. You know I was going to pay you back. Sarah and I just got caught up in the excitement. $200,000. The number silences the room. That's how much debt he put me in, without my knowledge, without my permission. My mother sinks into her armchair. That can't be right. Show her the papers, Maurice. I pull out my phone, ready to share Gage's evidence. Show her the loans you took out in my name, the credit cards, the company information you stole. Maurice's face changes, subtle but significant. The mask slips, just for a moment, revealing something cold and calculating beneath. Mom, he says softly, Angela's just upset because she's alone. No husband, no kids. Seeing Sarah and me so happy must be hard for her. The familiar rage rises, but something else cuts deeper. The way my mother nods slightly at his words. She believes him. She's always believed him. Actually, I say, surprising myself, I've been seeing someone. Sarah perks up, eager for gossip. Oh? Who? The lie spills out before I can stop it. Riley, from the coffee shop near my office. We've been dating for a few weeks. It's not entirely false. Riley does work at the coffee shop, and we've talked a few times. He's kind, genuine, everything Maurice isn't. Why didn't you tell me? My mother brightens. Bring him to dinner next week. Yes, Maurice's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Bring him. We'd love to meet him. A text buzzes on my phone. Gage, got something big. Meeting tomorrow, 8 a.m. I should go. I stand, gathering my purse. Early meeting tomorrow. Angela, please. My mother catches my arm. He's your brother. Whatever he's done, can't you find it in your heart to forgive him? I look at Maurice, at his perfectly practiced expression of remorse. At Sarah, already scrolling through her phone, probably planning their next con. You know what's funny, Mom? All those years I spent protecting him, making excuses for him. I thought I was being a good sister. I pull free from her grip, but I was just teaching him that he could get away with anything. Angie, Maurice starts. Don't. My voice could freeze hell. Don't you dare call me that. Not ever again. I walk out, letting the door slam behind me. In my car, I sit gripping the steering wheel, trying to steady my breathing. My phone rings, an unknown number. Thinking it might be Gage, I answer. Angela Richardson, a woman's voice, professional. This is Sandra, from First National Bank's fraud department. We've noticed some concerning activity on your accounts. My heart stops. This is it, the beginning of the end for Maurice's scheme. But then I think about my mother's face, about the family photos on her walls, about how this will destroy her. I'm sorry, I hear myself say. There must be some mistake. I authorized those transactions. I hang up, feeling sick. What am I doing? I should let him face the consequences. Let the bank investigate. Let him deal with the fallout. Another text from Gage. Found the smoking gun. Tomorrow's meeting will change everything. I start the car, my decision crystallizing. I'll meet with Gage. I'll hear what he's found. But whatever happens next, I'll handle it my way. Because Maurice isn't the only one who can play games. And he's about to learn that his big sister has been paying attention all these years. I've learned exactly how to destroy someone from the inside out. Gage's office feels different at night. Colder, more dangerous. The city lights cast strange shadows through the blinds as he spreads photos across his desk. Your brother's been busy, he says, sliding one toward me. This was taken last week. The image shows Maurice leaving a law office, not his usual slick self, but disheveled, angry. The next photo, Sarah meeting with someone in a dark car. Then Maurice again, arguing with a man I don't recognize outside a bank. They're getting sloppy, Gage continues, desperate. The wedding venue's demanding full payment by Friday. Their other marks are starting to ask questions. I pick up another photo. This one makes my blood run cold. Maurice at my office building, talking to Yasmin. When was this taken? Yesterday. Gage's expression is grim. Your colleague's been feeding him information for weeks. Every project, every client meeting, every strategy session, he knows it all. The betrayal hits like a physical blow. Yasmin, who'd seemed so sympathetic, so understanding. All this time, there's more. He hands me a USB drive, audio recordings. Your brother and Sarah discussing their plans. You might want to sit down for this. I plug the drive into my laptop, hands trembling. Their voices fill the room. Once the wedding's paid for, we'll transfer everything to the offshore account. Stupid bitch actually thinks I care about family. By the time she figures it out, we'll be gone. My own brother, laughing about destroying my life, planning to disappear with everything I've worked for. I can take this to the police, Gage says quietly, but you need to decide now. Once we move, there's no going back. I close the laptop, silence falling heavy in the room. No police, Angela. The police will arrest them, yes, but they'll also expose everything, including the company information he stole. I'll lose my job, my reputation. I meet his eyes. I want something worse than jail. A slight smile crosses his face. I was hoping you'd say that. He outlines the plan. It's elegant in its simplicity, devastating in its impact. By the time he finishes, my hands have stopped shaking. You understand what this means, he asks. Once we start, you'll be burning bridges you can never rebuild. I think of my mother's face at brunch, of childhood photos where Morris and I are smiling, innocent, of all the years I spent being the responsible one, the protective one. Some bridges need to burn. The next morning, I'm at my desk early, reviewing quarterly reports when Yasmin appears in my doorway. Hey, she says, too casual. Got a minute? I look up, seeing her with new eyes. The concerned friend act, the sympathetic smiles, all fake, all part of their game. Actually, yes. I gesture to the chair. I've been meaning to talk to you about the Miller account. She sits, crossing her legs. Oh? It's interesting. I pull up the file on my screen. Someone's been accessing these files after hours, making copies, sending them to external emails. Her smile falters slightly. Really? Really? I turn the screen toward her. In fact, I have the access logs right here. Want to guess whose login appears most often? Right after meeting with my brother. The color drains from her face. Angela, I can explain. No need. My voice is ice. I just wanted you to know that I know, and that everything you and Maurice stole, I lean forward. It's all fake. What? Modified reports? False client lists? Incorrect projections? I smile, watching realization dawn on her face. My brother's been selling worthless information to our competitors for weeks. How long before they figure that out, do you think? She stands so quickly, her chair tips over. You're lying. Am I? Check your phone. I'm sure Maurice is already calling, wondering why his latest intel just cost someone millions. As if on cue, her phone buzzes. The fear in her eyes tells me everything. Get out of my office, I say softly. And Yasmin, if I were you, I'd start looking for a new job, in a different industry, far away from here. She flees, leaving the chair overturned. I write it slowly, savoring the moment. My phone lights up with a text from Gage. Phase 1 complete. Ready for tomorrow, tomorrow. Maurice and Sarah's engagement party. The event they've been planning for weeks, inviting everyone who's anyone in our social circle. I text back, ready. Because tomorrow isn't just their engagement party. It's the beginning of their end. And I plan to make it a night they'll never forget. The dress I've chosen for tonight is black, funeral black, revenge black. I study my reflection, applying lipstick the color of fresh blood, when someone knocks at my door. Riley stands there, coffee cup in hand, looking concerned. Missed you at the shop this morning. Been busy. I try to step past him, but he doesn't move. Angela, wait. His eyes are kind, worried. I heard about the engagement party tonight. Are you sure you want to do this? Of course he's heard. Everyone has. Maurice and Sarah have made sure their celebration is the social event of the season, all funded by my stolen money. I have to be there. I lock my door, checking my phone. No messages from Gage yet. Family obligation. That's not what I meant. Riley touches my arm, gentle but firm. Allison told me what you're planning. I freeze. She had no right. She's worried about you. We all are. His hand drops away. This revenge thing, it's changing you. Maybe I needed to change. The words come out sharper than intended. Maybe I'm tired of being everyone's doormat. There's a difference between standing up for yourself and becoming something you're not. I think of the USB drive in my purse, loaded with evidence that will destroy not just Maurice and Sarah, but everyone who helped them. The recordings, the photos, the fake accounts I've created, ready to expose their schemes to the world. You don't understand, I say, but my voice wavers. I understand that the Angela I know, the one who leaves extra tips for struggling students, who stays late to help new employees, who lights up talking about her marketing campaigns. She wouldn't want to become this person. Something cracks inside me. That Angela was weak. She let people take advantage of her. No. Riley steps closer. That Angela was strong enough to be kind, to care about people, to believe in second chances. My phone buzzes. Gage, everything's set. No turning back now. I have to go. I push past Riley, but he calls after me. At least let me come with you. I turn, surprised. Why would you want to? Because someone should be there who sees the real you. Not what your brother made you become. For a moment, I'm tempted to have someone in my corner, someone who believes in the person I used to be. Another text from Gage. Target confirmed. Sarah's ex-fiancé is ready to make his appearance. I'm sorry, I tell Riley, but this is something I have to do alone. The engagement party venue is exactly what you'd expect. Expensive, excessive, dripping with stolen luxury. Maurice and Sarah hold court near the champagne fountain, accepting congratulations from people who have no idea they're part of an elaborate con. My mother spots me first. Angela, you came. She hugs me, whispering, "Thank you for trying to make peace." If she only knew. Maurice approaches, all fake smiles and designer suit. "Sis, where's this Riley we've heard so much about?" "Couldn't make it." I force myself to smile back, but he sends his congratulations. Shame. Maurice's eyes glitter with malice. We were all so looking forward to meeting this mysterious boyfriend. Speaking of mysterious, I say sweetly, Sarah must be excited to see some of her old friends. I heard quite a few of them are coming tonight. Something flickers in Maurice's expression. Uncertainty? Fear? Before he can respond, Sarah appears, draping herself across him. Angela, that dress is interesting. Her smile is razor sharp. Though black at an engagement party, some might call that bad luck. Oh, I don't believe in luck. I sip my champagne. I believe in karma. My phone vibrates. Gage, they're here. Ready? I look at Maurice and Sarah, so smug in their victory. At my mother, watching hopefully for signs of reconciliation. At the crowd of witnesses they've gathered to validate their lies. Riley's words echo in my head. Someone should be there who sees the real you. But who am I really? The trusting sister who let herself be fooled? Or the vengeful woman I've become? Another text, now or never. I start to reply, but movement at the entrance catches my eye. A man has just walked in. Familiar, distinguished, radiating authority. My blood runs cold. It's the CEO of my company. What is he doing here? Then I see Yasmin beside him, wearing a triumphant smile. She catches my eye across the room and mouths two words, checkmate. My carefully constructed plan starts to crumble. This isn't just about Morris and Sarah anymore. My entire career, my reputation, everything I've worked for, it's all on the line. I have exactly 30 seconds to make a choice. Proceed with my revenge and risk losing everything, or retreat and let them win. My finger hovers over Gage's number as the room seems to hold its breath. Time to decide who I really am. The room spins with fake smiles and crystal champagne flutes. As I watch my CEO approach, my phone buzzes insistently. Gage, waiting for my signal. Yasmin's smirk grows wider with each step. Her power play takes toward fruition. Then I remember Riley's words. Someone should be there who sees the real you. I straighten my spine, because suddenly I know exactly who I am. Robert, I step forward, greeting my CEO with practiced warmth. I'm so glad you could make it. He looks surprised. Angela, I didn't expect. Yasmin said this was about a potential security breach. Oh, it absolutely is. I gesture toward the center of the room. In fact, you're right on time for the presentation. Yasmin's smirk falters. I tap my phone, not to signal Gage, but to start recording. Maurice, Sarah, could you join us for a moment? They approach, Maurice's confidence wavering as he sees who I'm standing with. Sis, what's going on? Well, since everyone's here, I raise my voice slightly, drawing attention. I thought it was time to share some interesting information about the happy couple. Sarah steps forward, warning in her eyes. Angela, don't. Did you know, I continue smoothly, that my brother and his fiancée have been selling company information to our competitors? I turn to Robert. But here's the clever part. It was all fake. The room goes silent. Maurice's face drains of color. The reports they stole? The client lists? All carefully crafted misinformation. I smile at Yasmin. Which means anyone who helped them has been participating in corporate espionage against their own employer. That's ridiculous, Yasmin sputters. You can't prove. Actually, I pull out my phone. I can prove everything, including the offshore accounts where they've been stashing their gains. I meet Maurice's eyes. All $73,000 of it. He flinches, but the wedding deposits were never made. I turn to Sarah. Would you like to explain why the venue manager is about to arrive with cancellation papers? Or should I tell everyone about your previous engagements, the other families you've conned? The perfect couple façade cracks. Sarah backs away from Maurice. Survival instinct kicking in. I don't know what she's talking about. Maurice told me he had permission. Permission? My laugh cuts through the room. Like you had permission to take grandmother's ring. My mother pushes through the crowd. Maurice? What is she saying? Mom, don't listen to her, he pleads. She's just jealous. She's trying to ruin the ring, I interrupt, is already back in the family vault. along with documentation of every penny you stole, every account you opened in my name, every fraud you committed. Robert steps forward, face stern. I've heard enough. Security is on their way. No need. I hold up my hand. Because here's what's going to happen instead. I move closer to Maurice, close enough to see the fear in his eyes. You're going to sign a confession, admitting to everything. You're going to repay every cent you stole. From me, from the company, from everyone. And you're going to disappear. Tonight. Or, his voice shakes, or I release everything. The recordings of you planning the cons. The evidence of Sarah's previous schemes. Every detail goes to the police, the press, and the FBI's fraud division. Sarah breaks first. Maurice, you promised nobody would find out. You said she was stupid, that she'd never… Stupid. I laugh again, but there's no humor in it. No, I just believed in you, trusted you, loved you. My voice hardens. That was my only mistake. The venue manager appears right on cue, folder in hand. Behind him, I see Gage, standing quietly in the shadows, watching. The papers are ready, I tell Maurice. Your choice. Sign them now, or I burn your whole world down. He stares at me, this stranger wearing my brother's face. When did you become this person? The day you decided stealing from me wasn't enough. You had to destroy me too. I hold out a pen. Choose quickly, my fingers getting tired of hovering over this send button. Time stretches like pulled taffy as the room holds its breath. Then, slowly, Maurice reaches for the pen. I'm sorry, he whispers. No, I reply, watching him sign away his lies. You're just sorry you got caught. Later, after security escorts them out, after my mother's tears have dried, after Robert has personally thanked me for protecting the company, I step outside into the cool night air. My phone buzzes one last time. Not Gage, but Riley. Are you okay? I look at the stars, feeling lighter than I have in weeks. Because finally, I understand, real strength isn't in revenge. It's in choosing who you become when people try to break you. I text back, I'm better than okay. I'm free. Dawn paints the sky in shades of possibility as I unlock my office, breathing in the quiet before the workday begins. A single envelope sits on my desk, hand-delivered, no return address. Inside is a check for the full amount Maurice stole, along with a note in his familiar scrawl. You win, Angie. I tear both into tiny pieces and let them fall into the trash. This was never about winning. My computer chimes with an early morning email from Robert. Promotion ceremony at 10. Don't be late. A soft knock makes me look up. Riley stands in my doorway, 2 coffee cups in hand. Thought you might need this. How did you know I'd be here early? He smiles. Because you're you. The real you. The coffee is exactly how I like it. 1 sugar, splash of cream. He's been paying attention all those mornings I stopped by his shop. I never thanked you, I say, for seeing through my revenge plan to who I really was. Who you are, he corrects, sitting down. Present tense. Though I have to admit, watching you take down your brother without destroying yourself, pretty impressive. I think about last night, after the chaos died down, about my mother's quiet words. I'm proud of you, Angela, not for catching him, for showing mercy when you could have chosen cruelty. Have you heard from him? Riley asks. He's gone. Sarah too. I sip my coffee. Gage is monitoring their movements, making sure they stay gone. And how do you feel about that? The question hangs in the morning air. How do I feel? The anger that drove me for weeks has burned away, leaving something cleaner behind. Not forgiveness, I'm not there yet, but perhaps understanding. I search for the right words, like I can breathe again, like I'm not carrying someone else's weight anymore. Freedom looks good on you. Our eyes meet over our coffee cups. There's something there, something new and fragile and full of promise. My phone buzzes. Allison, lunch today? Need to hear everything. Speaking of freedom, Riley stands. Would you like to have dinner with me tonight? No revenge plots, no family drama, just us. I'd like that. The smile that spreads across my face feels natural. unforced. He heads for the door, then pauses. Oh, and Angela, that promotion ceremony today, what about it? Wear something that makes you feel powerful. You've earned it. After he leaves, I open my bottom drawer. Inside is a small box. Grandmother's ring, rescued from Sarah's finger. Its diamonds catch the morning light, scattering rainbows across my desk. For years, I thought this ring represented everything I wanted: love, commitment, family tradition. Now I see it differently. It's not about waiting for someone else to give you these things. It's about building them yourself, on your own terms. I slip the ring onto my right hand, not a symbol of waiting, but of choosing. Choosing who to trust, who to love, who to become. My office slowly fills with morning light as my team arrives. They greet me differently now, with respect tinged with something like awe. The woman who protected the company while taking down a fraud ring. They'll be telling that story for years. But that's not the story that matters. What matters is the one I'm writing now, with every choice I make. Yasmin's office is being packed up down the hall. I hear whispers that she's headed to a small firm in another state. Part of me wants to gloat, to savor her downfall. Instead, I feel a strange gratitude. Her betrayal taught me something valuable about trust. Not to stop giving it, but to give it wisely. At my desk, I find one last surprise. A small package from Gage. Inside is a framed photo from the engagement party, captured just as I confronted Maurice. In it, I'm standing tall, chin raised, eyes bright with purpose. Attached is a note. Thought you might want a reminder of the moment you chose yourself. I place the photo on my desk, angled so it catches the morning light. Not as a reminder of revenge, but of redemption. Of the day I stopped being someone's sister, someone's victim, someone's doormat, and simply became myself. My computer chimes again. 9:45 a.m. Almost time for the ceremony. I stand, smoothing my dress, feeling grandmother's ring steady on my finger. In 15 minutes, I'll accept a promotion I've earned twice over. Tonight, I'll have dinner with a man who sees me clearly. And tomorrow belongs entirely to me.